Hi, it's Bryson here. Here in lovely New Orleans, Louisiana. Just wanted to record a video because I'm just in a really good mood right now, and I really want to try to send some of this good energy, to anybody that might be listening, because just like the sign I just showed you, Royal Street, which is the street I'm walking on, I'm feeling pretty royal right now. As you can see, I have my royal blue sweater on. The weather today is lovely. I mean, to the people down here, it's probably cold. But what I'm really recording this to speak about is about something that has been happening to me, ever since I began my spiritual ascension, as I call it, whatever you want to call it. And it has brought unimaginable levels of happiness, opportunity, and prosperity to my life. And right now, as I speak to you, I am currently not employed by anybody and not receiving any unemployment. And yet I have just managed to figure this all out. And despite an environment where most people are concerned about their financial history, I am in a state of complete relaxation. And the best way that I can explain how I have been able to get into this state of mind is that I have achieved what many people refer to as fourth dimensional consciousness, or 4D consciousness. Now, to give an explanation as to what 4D consciousness is, it is the moment when you, as a human being, learn to not be controlled and dictated by the appearances of this material world that we live in. So right now, we are in a state in this country where many people are actually existing in 2D consciousness, or two-dimensional consciousness. And 2D consciousness can also be referred to as survival mode. It's when people are just only concerned about the immediate concerns and immediate apparent dangers that are in front of them. And unfortunately, when people are in that mode, the ability for them to access higher levels of novel, outside of the box thinking diminishes greatly. They are in a very narrow perception range, because all they are concerned about is their immediate sense of survival in this world. And it can be very crippling. And the only way that I can say you can get out of 2D consciousness is by learning to overcome and ignore your fears, your insecurities, any sort of sense of powerlessness you feel, and stepping over that boundary and seeing what happens despite what your fears and insecurities and feelings of powerlessness may be telling you. And when you step over that threshold, boy, does the universe truly reward you. So as I walk around New Orleans right now, just really enjoying my time here because of the fact that it's not completely overrun by tourists that are, pissing and shitting everywhere and treating this city like a 24/7 frat party. And because of the fact that it is not like that, I've almost felt like the whole city is mine in some kind of way, because of the fact that, when I go out and about, I'm able to have a truly authentic New Orleans experience, because it's not, this, as I said, crazy frat party that, tourists often turn the city into. And I've heard more crows making noise than humans, going woo-hoo all day long, like you usually see around the French Quarter. And for once, the French Quarter doesn't smell like a giant toilet, because you don't have people pissing, shitting, and vomiting everywhere and just disrespecting, the beauty that the city has to offer. And so now, getting into the point of why I'm making this video, which is to talk about the level of, prosperity that I've been able to achieve through all of the challenges and adversities that everybody has been going through, is that I have learned to enter 4D consciousness, where all of the illusions of this world that keep most people afraid and keep them from trying new things and taking chances so that they can get to that next level, I've been able to accomplish that. And, a lot of people live in this world and they see this universe as something that is happening to them. I am here to tell you that the universe is not actually happening to you. It is happening through you. And when you gain this 4D consciousness, where you are outside of the boundaries of just worrying about mere survival, this universe really opens itself up to you and literally catapults you. The best way that I can describe the way this universe works is that every single human being who's alive is like their own Truman Show. I don't know if anybody remembers the 90s movie, I think it was in the 90s, with Jim Carrey, called The Truman Show, where he ended up realizing that his entire life was a show. And as I walk into the Marigny neighborhood here, which is a beautiful little charming neighborhood that I love, getting back to what I was talking about, so like the Truman Show, every single person is living a life that is like a show for the entire universe. You can kind of look at it like you are a show for the universe. And the universe has a rating system. And the more you, as a person, step outside of your comfort zone and start taking chances and start trying new things and new ideas that you didn't previously consider, just like as Paulo Coelho said in the novel The Alchemist, the universe begins to conspire to make you successful. And that is what has happened to me. I have learned to think completely outside of the box. I have taken some crazy chances that I would have never considered taking. And I have been bountifully rewarded by the universe for taking these chances. And it's unbelievable, what happens when you truly discover, what is really going on. And it has most definitely changed my life. And we've been living our lives where we have been told by various religious authorities, cult leaders, and different things that they are somehow the authorities to what is referred to as the, kingdom of God or the kingdom of heaven or whatever like that. And that these authorities are some sort of gatekeepers to this realm. Well, what if I told you that in fact the exact opposite is true? The exact opposite is true. That it is not you who have to seek entry to the kingdom of God, but that the kingdom of God, as people say, has to actually come into you. That you are, in fact, the gatekeeper to all that you could ever imagine accomplishing in your life. And so to get an understanding of how the kingdom of God, as people call, come into you, it involves suspending your disbelief, as Morpheus said in The Matrix, and beginning to believe in things, and really, more importantly, believe in yourself in a way that allows full and complete and expansive understanding to come into your mind. And the most frustrating part to me about what I'm trying to explain right now is that when you are trying to explain this to a person who is stuck in 2D consciousness, where they just buy into this world so massively and they think that they're just a victim of the world and a victim of the universe, is that they just will not see it. Like in most cases, these people will not see it. And oftentimes they may even lash out at you for trying to tell them what you found, because they almost feel as if you are poking fun at their struggle by trying to get them to understand this. And it's really, really challenging. And just to kind of give an example of the types of things that keep people in 2D consciousness, without a doubt, watching mass media news will keep you in that state of mind. Because when you think about mass media news, every single thing that they propagate is all centered around exploiting the reptilian complex of the human mind. So attacking that sense of survival, that sense of, fight, flight, freeze in people. And when, like I said, when you are in this 2D consciousness, this survival mode consciousness, your ability to expand your consciousness beyond very simple, right in front of your face answers, your ability to expand beyond that is severely diminished. And so any sort of higher level thoughts, higher level ideas, like I've been able to discover, because I chose to say, Bryson, stop living in fear. Bryson, believe in yourself. Bryson, realize you have all the power. And because of this, I have been able to expand to this. And I cannot even believe the way I've been able to make money manifest in my life with barely any effort, and how opportunities have come my way. People who have all the answers that I've been looking for magically are appearing in my life. I mean, the best way that I can describe is that I have become like a magnet, an attractor for all of these things, and it's really truly incredible, how this works. And my main reason for recording this video is just to give people hope and let people know that you are actually totally in control. You are the one who determines where your life goes, and that yes, people will try to beat you down in life. They will try to put you down psychologically, make you feel like you're not worthy. But you just need to realize that these are all lies. And you need to understand that fear is false emotions appearing real. And that when you take a leap of faith and believe in yourself, you will see. You will see. And like I said earlier, the universe will start believing in you. You see, the truth of all of this is, while we all live this life thinking of ourselves as individuals that are just going through this, struggling, we all are ultimately one. And this has been actually, as far as I'm concerned, scientifically proven beyond a reasonable doubt. Many of you who are quantum physics fans may know of an experiment called the double slit experiment. And if you're not familiar with this experiment, I would really highly encourage you to take a look at this experiment. And it's a very complicated experiment, but in short, what this experiment has shown is that the physical world actually does not precede consciousness. It doesn't come before. Believe it or not, consciousness supersedes and comes first. And so the way they determine this, just to oversimplify this experiment, is they sent waves, particle waves or something like that, toward a device that could split the particle into the wave, I should say, into two different particles with equal probability. And so what was determined by this experiment is that until a conscious observer observes the actual experiment, the wave cannot exist at all in either particle state. So what this does is this validates and verifies Schrodinger's cat experiment, or theory, I should say, where he talked about, if there's a cat inside of a box and there is something that's going to release a radiation or a poison, and it has a 50-50 shot at doing either, that until you look into the box, you cannot tell whether the cat is alive or dead. This is exactly how the physical world works. And when you realize that you yourself are the consciousness that is generating your everyday experience, you realize that by simply changing your mind frame and thinking differently about how you interact in this world, where you stand in this universe, that you can make magical things happen in your life. It's almost like magic. It's really weird, how this works. And I don't know exactly what this is. Really, nobody does. It'd be foolish of me to say that I have any idea what is really going on in this world, but I just decided to pull out my phone and just ramble for a little bit while I'm walking around New Orleans, because I'm just having such a wonderful time on this bright sunny day. And I hope that my ramble inspired some people, or if it didn't, that's okay as well. But I hope that anybody who is listening to this is having an absolutely wonderful day, as I am. And thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful day.